Hi, my name is Byron Klimek, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a fried egg. Um, you'll need a couple of things. First, you'll need a frying pan. That's where you're going to make the egg in. You'll need a spatula to flip the egg, some non-pan stick grease, and then, of course, an actual egg. So the first thing I do is I put the grease on the pan. Just like a few sprays will be fine. And the next thing I do is I light my oven. And my recommendation would be to put the heat between medium and low. You don't want it to get too high so that it easily burns the egg. But you want it to be high enough so where the egg cooks in a reasonable amount of time. So first thing I do is I just let this set for a minute and let the heat rise through the pan and get the pan nice and hot. And the next thing I do is I take the egg, I crack it on the side of the pan, and I gently drop it in. So now the egg is beginning to cook, and the first thing you might notice is that the white of the egg will start to turn really milky in color, and what we want to see is it starting to bubble through. So there's an example of that. We want that hard white color. And I usually let that sit between probably maybe a minute or so, letting that side cook. And we're going to flip this egg a total of 3 times. So now the heat is starting to rise through the egg and we're getting a nice bubble underneath and it's starting to kind of pop and crackle a little bit. That means that that side is done. I'm now going to flip it. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get underneath the egg. Good, so I flipped it 1 time and that's what it looks like. Now the difference between a fried egg and let's say a sunny side up egg is that on the 3rd time that we flip it, we're going to be puncturing the yolk and actually letting it run out. We're going to let the yolk fry with the rest of the egg. So I flipped it once already and I'm getting ready to flip it a 2nd time. Alright, it looks like it's about ready to flip. Okay, so I have flipped it a 2nd time, and that's what it should look like. Remember to be very careful around the heat. Okay, so the next thing I'm ready to do is I'm ready to puncture the yolk. Now as I puncture the yolk, it's going to run out in the egg, and I let that actually cook with the rest of the egg. And then what I do is I actually flip it a 3rd time. I let it flip a 3rd time. And I let that sit for about 30 seconds or so again. So it's a really easy way to make this snack. And actually, eggs are really good in protein. It's only 70 calories, which is very low compared to other snacks. It doesn't take a lot to make a fried egg. Just a few things like we talked about. There's not a ton of ingredients. And the finished product should look like this. Just like that. And as you can see, the yolk is actually cooked in with the rest of the egg. Great. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy.